Lying on job applications is surprisingly common. It is estimated that between 20 and 30% of job applications contain verifiably false information, and this can be very costly for an organisation. Under the Independent Commission Against Corruption Act 1988, submitting fraudulent information in order to obtain a job as a public official can be corrupt conduct. Over the years, the New South Wales ICAC has exposed numerous cases of people who had gained employment based on fraudulent information, such as a fake qualification, only to then engage in further misconduct. Corruption prevention starts with effective employment screening. While most organisations perform identity, integrity and credential checks, it's the quality of these checks that really matters. If you use third parties to conduct employment screening checks, it's really important that the checks have been performed to the right standard. We recommend a risk-based approach that ensures that candidates for a position in your organisation receive the right level of screening. For example, a high-risk role may involve decision-making authority, financial delegations, or access to IT systems and confidential information, and so requires a greater level of screening. Here are some employment screening tips. Verify the candidate's identity via a 100-point check using a variety of documents. A false ID can be used to conceal a history of criminal behaviour, misconduct, or poor work performance. To impress a potential employer, some candidates will falsify their qualifications. This can include completely fictitious degrees, upgrading to a more prestigious qualification, like a doctorate, or claiming a qualification that was only partly completed. Because some frauds can be highly sophisticated, we recommend that you check directly with the institution that has issued the qualification. And be aware, there are some institutions which specialise in providing qualifications that are either false or require no meaningful study. Many of the falsehoods that appear in job applications relate to employment history. So, verify when and where the candidate has worked, the candidate's prior roles, seniority and accomplishments, the circumstances of their departure, and any evidence of misconduct. These checks are usually completed by contacting the HR department of a previous employer and by speaking with referees. It's important that all organisations properly document workplace misconduct. This helps to stop corrupt or dishonest individuals from repeating their conduct elsewhere. Unfortunately, some referees may not be authentic. Wherever possible, try to contact a referee via their organisation's switchboard and a corporate email address. And make sure the referee actually worked with the candidate. Some roles also require a criminal history check. This can only be carried out with the permission of the candidate. Where a candidate has spent considerable time overseas, consider conducting an international criminal record check. It's also a good idea to perform some general internet searches on candidates. This can verify information contained in the job application and highlight any other red flags. Remember, employment screening checks are just a snapshot in time. It's important to re-screen certain employees throughout their tenure, especially if they are promoted to a role that carries additional risk. Other roles might require periodic re-screening because they involve inherent risks, such as managing public money, working with vulnerable people, having law enforcement responsibilities. In summary, to improve the effectiveness of your employment screening practices, we recommend you adopt a risk-based approach to screening. Verify a candidate's identity, integrity and credentials. Conduct post-employment screening. These strategies can help you make better hiring decisions and minimize the risk of corruption. If you would like further information, please download our publication on strengthening employment screening practices in the New South Wales public sector from the ICAC website, icac.nsw.gov.au.